I think that we might get both a baby and an album by way of Rihanna in 2022, making 2022 the best year of my entire life. Today, we are putting one of my favorite people of literally all time under the astrological microscope. The queen, the icon, the legend herself. You know who I'm talking about? It's Rihanna. We are going to explore her career and her love life, and yes, the big B word, baby. Woo! I may have some insight on when that album that never dropped is actually about to drop. Unlike Drake, give us a follow because you will not want to miss this. Robin Rihanna Fenty was born on February 20th, 1988 at 8:50 a.m. in Bridgetown, Barbados, making her a Pisces Sun, Aries Moon, and Aries Rising. She is a quadruple threat, a singer, an actress, a fashion mogul, and a sex symbol. She also seems actually cool. She seems like a down-to-earth person that has a great sense of humor and seems to uplift everyone around her and just simply amplifies beauty. I just adore her. Rihanna was born under the Pisces sky, and her sun sign, which represents ego and identity and sense of self, is at 1 degree Pisces. So Pisces is often thought of as the most psychic, spiritual, and intuitive sign of the zodiac. And without knowing Rihanna personally, which is obviously something I hope to rectify in the not terribly distant future, I feel like she absolutely exudes that enchanted mermaid essence that's so deeply connected to the zodiac sign. Plus, her sun occupies the 11th house, the area of the chart that's connected to media and masses. So, could it be that Rihanna's spirit captures the soul of the collective consciousness? Absolutely. In astrology, your moon represents your emotions, your sensitivities, and your inner world. Rihanna was born with her moon in Aries, the spirited fire sign associated with spontaneity, impulsivity, competition, and a quick temper. This is very interesting because in a way, the Aries moon is like vaporizing the Pisces sun. It's heating up that dreamy sensitivity through the flame of passion, intensity, and determination. Plus, this fiery nature continues because Rihanna is an Aries rising, which means at the moment she was born, the zodiac sign of Aries was ascending over the eastern horizon. The rising sign shows how you perceive the world, so this indicates that Rihanna is truly living life in the fast lane. Like a race car driver speeding around a track, Rihanna is moving at 200 miles per hour, and nothing is going to slow her down. And this is, of course, important to her Venus, the planet associated with beauty and love and all the things we value, which is also in Aries. So this could indicate that she is attracted to very independent, free-thinking individuals who do not give a shit about others' opinions. Because Rihanna is herself an extremely autonomous and self-directed person, and she also appreciates this quality in others, especially as it relates to matters of the heart. But there is also a thorny side to this. Rihanna's moon and Venus, conjunct at 11 and 12 degrees Aries respectively, sit in her 12th house. With the moon and Venus connected in this domain, it could indicate that there is a shadow side to this independence Rihanna so desperately desires, both within herself and within her partners. She prioritizes autonomy, but at what cost? I would imagine that in the past, this has manifested through emotionally unavailable connections. But that's where ASAP comes in. And spoiler alert, I'm very into it. AP Rocky was born on October 3rd, 1988 in Harlem, New York. From his birthday and location, we know that he is a Libra Sun with a Cancer Moon. And these two placements alone are very interesting to consider through the lens of Rihanna's chart. First of all, his Libra Sun at 10 degrees is directly opposite Rihanna's Moon-Venus conjunction and illuminates the area of her chart known as the Descendant, which is associated with partnership. Now, in astrology, oppositions are actually really dynamic. Opposite signs like Aries and Libra are ultimately trying to arrive at the same destination, but have very different ways of getting there. Aries is all about me, and Libra is all about we. But both of these signs are on a pursuit to self-actualize in really, really meaningful ways. So basically, ASAP's sun sign challenges Rihanna to think about self-discovery, not just through independence, but also through the concept of an extremely committed relationship. This dynamic is further emphasized by ASAP's Cancer moon. And we already mentioned that the moon represents our emotional inner world, but did you know that it actually rules the sign of Cancer? So the moon is in its domicile in the sign, which shows that ASAP, at his core, values safety, security, and affection. Based on this chart, I would imagine that ASAP is actually a very present partner who really prioritizes quality time, words of affirmation, and yes, cuddling. I agree, it is very cute. Rihanna's chart definitely skews towards privacy and edges on secrecy, but ASAP's chart really challenges her to step outside of her comfort zone, to embrace being a couple, to put her guards down and open up her heart to family. Personally, I'm into this compatibility because it's really defined by balance, harmony, and perhaps most importantly, compromise. And what is a relationship if not to expand our horizons? We love to see it. So I suspect that with Rihanna's moon in the 12th house, Rihanna will be a more private mother. It's possible that ASAP will inspire her to be a little more public with their parenting styles, but based on Rihanna's chart, I would imagine that she's really going to want to shield her baby from media frenzy as much as possible. Looking at her chart, I think that she felt like she didn't really have a childhood. So it's going to be of the utmost importance for her that her baby feels loved and protected and guarded. Based on ASAP's beautiful moon in Cancer, I have a feeling that he really loves babies, and he is super excited to become Papa Rocky. This is a very big year for Rihanna. Even in 2021, we were talking about the potential of her birthing something in 2022. And as it turns out, that is manifesting in a very literal way. She is pregnant, about to become a mother, but I don't think an album is totally off the table. You guys, I actually think that this could be a creative impetus for her. I think that we might get both a baby and an album by way of Rihanna in 2022, making 2022 the best year of my entire life. All right, kiddos, it is time for me to A your cues, and you are cueing the most unusual cues in the C's. Comments. Okay, so here's a cue. Why are millennials so obsessed with astrology? I am gonna push back on this just a teensy-weensy bit and argue that it's not just millennials, BB. We got Gen Z really into astrology. We have Gen X that no one talks about, also really into astrology. And boomers love astrology. Astrology has been around and has been within the zeitgeist for literally thousands of years. The reason I think that it's having a revival right now is thanks to social media. Take that, C, commenter. Is Venus the love sign? Venus is a planet, but it is the planet associated with love and beauty and romance, and it is definitely a planet that we want to see highlighted in relationships. It is a planet that we love to see, especially for like first date energy, but Venus on its own is not going to determine romantic stuff. Mars is also a really important planet, and that represents sort of like the lustier, sexier, hornier aspect of love, which is very important. Don't overlook it. First, Ascendant. What is it? Why do we love it? What does it mean? The Ascendant, also known as your rising sign, is what zodiac sign was coming up from the eastern horizon at your precise time of birth. Your rising sign, your ascendant, really exposes your perception of reality. It shows us how you see the world and how you expect your experience living your life to be. So the rising sign is really paramount in understanding the way that somebody is going to move through their life, both on a day-to-day basis and in the grand scheme of things, macro at large. The descendant is the opposite of the ascendant. So it is what sign was setting in the western horizon at your exact time of birth. And I like to say that it has this sort of like grass is always greener energy. Oftentimes we feel like we are striving for whatever our descendant is, like that is going to complete us and make us whole, and it is going to create some sort of a unification in our chart, which is why the descendant is a really wonderful place to look for partnership, because this represents the other half of who we are. So we love to see things activating the descendant in compatibility charts. Well, there you have it, folks. Rihanna remains the only girl in the world to ASAP Rocky and to me. We can't wait to see what this year holds for Rihanna and fam. I am positive it is going to be a maze. So thank you for joining us for another titillating episode of Celebrity Astrology Investigation. Pray tell, which celebrity should we investigate next? Comment below and keep your eye on the stars. Bye! S, 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 M, 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 S, 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 and ASAP has major BDE. That's Big Dipper energy, obviously. Duh, don't be disgusting, but he does. BDE.